Hey everybody, Tony D and Little Joan. You there, Little Joan? You are. Just wanted to wish you a happy new year in 2025. Looking forward to the future. For once, what do I got going on? Well, I got some stuff going on in January, and working on book 17 of the Pineys, which I'm way behind on. It's gonna be tight to make March now. But I like to hit the ground running in 2025. So I advise everybody to take this small bit of advice. You could do your New Year's resolutions, whatever, but hit the ground running in 2025. It sets the pace for the rest of the year, I think. So, January 1st doesn't really count. You're probably doing something that day. I usually do dinner with my folks or something like that, see the family or go somewhere. Still kind of a holiday. But January 2nd, that's the day. That's the day you want to just hit the ground running and get a ridiculous amount of stuff done. Oh, yeah, that's what I like to do on January 2nd. I'm already a little behind. I got to get my calendar up. I keep looking at my calendar to the right when I do my videos. That's 2024 is up there still. Usually by now I have it erased and ready to go, but I haven't had time. I normally don't have any social stuff to do, but this year, now I'm back. I have a social life again, so I'm still trying to integrate that with the rest of my life. But in 2025, that was a positive for me. I did pretty well. I did I think 142 events, so that was crazy. I'm hoping to break that number next year. And at some point, my hope is to do fewer events, but make more money. that's my ultimate goal. I would love to just do. I think ideally I would want to do, about 4 or 5 events a month. Like if I had my druthers and I only had to do events that I wanted to do, I would just do that. I would mainly do like historical societies, and I do events at places where they wanted or asked me, stuff like that. um you know because that's what I'm into, the whole history stuff. But as far as the channel goes, I of course will be looking at the new trailers for the year, and kind of ran out of trailers at the end of 2024. No surprise there. The movie industry is kind of a wreck, but it might be an opportunity for at least one of the studios to finally do a reset and say, hey, maybe we'll get rid of all this woke stuff and go back to doing regular movies that people actually like, since no one's doing that. I mean, Angel Studios is kind of doing that. Daily Wire is kind of doing that. I'm waiting for one of them to go, hey, let's just create a division and do comedy movies every year. I mean, like, there used to be at least a comedy movie a month. And I think there's a real opening in the marketplace. If I had the bandwidth or the money, I would certainly shoot a comedy right now and release it domestically. A low budget comedy? Are you kidding me? I mean, you could shoot a comedy for next to nothing. As long as it's funny, it doesn't matter. So I think if you got a bunch of comics together, some improv people, shot a coherent, funny movie, has to be funny. That's a key word in that. Has to be really funny. You could probably shoot it for a couple of $100,000. And if you could get a release, and maybe this Hundreds of Beavers movie is an example of what I'm talking about. I still haven't seen it, but I hear it's great. So I think, that's how I think the movie industry will be rebuild. I think it'll kind of start this year, because this will be the year we finally, all these organizations finally go, oh yeah, this wokeness, it's really hurting us. Who knew? And we'll all be sitting on the sidelines going, we were telling you. And they'll finally start to, they'll try to do the slow roll where it's like, well, we didn't make a mistake, but a few people, the more extreme people we'll get rid of. We'll keep the rest. We'll just tell them to do things differently. That ain't gonna work. That's still gonna cause them problems. it'll probably be several years before they actually get to the point where, oh yeah, we fire people who do that crap. Certainly in the comic book industry. I think the comic book industry at this point, I'm just waiting for the collapse. I've been waiting for a while, but I think it's likely that Marvel or DC or both, the studios will finally start doing the math and go, we don't make any money here. Let's just license this crap out and let it be somebody else's headache and make more money. And I think they would. And God, I'm really, really looking forward, and I think we'll see this in 2025 for the collapse of the regular media. It's just on the verge now, and you watch them pander hard to the Trump supporters. Don't fall for it. Let them die. And just watch them collapse. I'm really looking forward to that. So yeah, and then of course Little Joan, still kicking it, still doing very well. That's about it. Family's fine, everybody's fine. I hope you're doing fine, and yeah. So that's my advice. Hit the ground running in 2025. Get a bunch of stuff done. January 2nd, set the pace, and then on the 3rd, you can rest. And that's it for me, Tony D and Little Joan. We'll see you next year.